The Chicago Bears head to Lambeau Field in Week 15 for a crucial matchup with the Green Bay Packers. What is going on, y'all? Fox Sports Talk back at it with another video talking, of course, some NFL here to give you guys my preview and prediction for the Bears versus the Packers game, which is going to have a lot of implications, especially for the Bears, in case you already did not know. So we'll be getting into the preview for the game, my keys, and kind of give you guys a score prediction as well. But before I do so, if you guys are new to the channel, man, welcome. Make sure to go ahead and subscribe by hitting the big red subscribe button down below, guys. Helps me out a lot when you guys support the channel. That is how I can keep this going. So really do appreciate that. And make sure to also hit that bell icon to be notified every time I drop a new video, because I do so every single week. And finally, make sure to go ahead and follow me on my social media links down below. And on the screen for my Twitter, my Instagram, I do live tweets during the game. I'm always active on IG. You guys can reach out to me, ask questions, whatever it is. I am here for you guys. So with that being said, I have a lot to say. I have a lot to get to. I don't want to waste any more time. Let's get started. So as I always do, let us start with the numbers, okay? The numbers in this game kind of give me a feel for what Vegas is thinking, for what everybody else is thinking, and I could have made this video a day or so ago, but I wanted to wait to see, the lines and everything. So the over-under in this game is 41. Pretty standard. The Bears games have all been, somewhere between 38 to, I would say, 42, 43, around there. And it's in Lambeau Field, so I'm expecting, obviously, the weather conditions to not be ideal since it is December time. And Lambeau Field is also known as the frozen tundra. The line, more importantly, what is the line, the spread in this game? And it is -4.5 in favor of the Green Bay Packers. No surprise there, obviously, because the Packers, of course, have the better record and they're at home. They absolutely should be favored in this game. But it is surprising to me that it's just 4.5, because I believe the spread opened up before the Packers game at like 7.5. I thought it was going to be like a touchdown, and I would have bet the Bears all day on that, by the way. But it went down a lot to -4.5, okay? So the public is starting to trend towards, hey, the Bears are catching fire. Maybe we shouldn't bet the Packers as heavily. So the spread is -4.5. And of course, I do want to talk about the temperature too as well. I did check Sunday. Right now, again, is what it says on Sunday, about 19-20 degrees, okay, is the temperature. No real precipitation as of now. Again, things could change. Nothing crazy in terms of wind, precipitation, anything like that would make this game like very much, dependent on the weather conditions, okay? As far as I know, just going to be goddamn cold, okay? Not even that cold. 20 degrees is, cold, but it's not freezing. So there you have it with the numbers, okay? So the Packers, we all know, are 10-3. They're leading our division, the NFC North. The Bears are 7-6, okay? Let's quickly talk about the playoff implications here, okay? And if you guys didn't see my video that I posted a few days ago about the Bears' chances of making the playoffs, I laid down the entire framework of what it would take for the Bears to make the playoffs. Well, here's the thing. The Bears have 3 games remaining. They're playing at Lambeau in Green Bay. They're playing at home versus the Kansas City Chiefs, and they're playing at Detroit. Okay, or not Detroit, excuse me, Minnesota, okay? So the Bears can lose one of those 2 games and possibly still make the playoffs, but Minnesota would have to lose, etc., etc., okay? The Rams beat the Seahawks. That didn't help. They're ahead of us in the wild card. They're a game above. The Bears are 7-6. The Rams are 8-5. And the Vikings, who have the current wild card spot right now, are 9-4. So every game is important. The Bears absolutely cannot lose any more games in terms of if they don't want to depend on the other teams, okay? So still a must win. But mathematically, the Bears can still get to the playoffs by losing one of the games, pending the other teams lose 2. Which, again, all the other teams have 3 games remaining on their schedule. It could happen, okay? So I don't want to just, assume that they're going to lose or not. Essentially, every game is a must-win for the Bears, with the minuscule chance they have of making the playoffs. So, Bears, Packers. What do the Bears have to do to secure a victory in this one? And obviously, it's not going to be easy. The Packers are 10-3 for a reason, leading our division. But while doing my research, I did find something that was pretty interesting to me. And I definitely do think this is something that a lot of people haven't really talked about here. And again, I'll talk about the other common things that people have talked about in terms of how you beat the Green Bay Packers. But my first key in this game for the Bears is going to be the following. Dial up the pressure on Aaron Rodgers. Okay, here's the thing. This is what I found out while looking through the Packers' losses and even their wins. When you put pressure on Aaron Rodgers, okay, that is obviously when the Packers team is really susceptible. And you might think, Fies, obviously you want to stop Aaron Rodgers. No, I'm not saying just, stop Aaron Rodgers' pass catchers and figure out, how to do that. I'm saying put Aaron Rodgers on his back by dialing up the pressure. Because here's the thing. Just take last week's game against the Redskins as an example. The Packers won 20-15, but it was not an easy victory like you would assume Green Bay would win over a team as pathetic as the Washington Redskins, who the Bears, by the way, also beat. So how did the Redskins stay in that game? Well, they dialed up the pressure on Aaron Rodgers. The defensive line for the Redskins was able to get 4 sacks on Aaron Rodgers. And so it ended up leading to a very pedestrian game for him. I think he had less than 200 yards, had just a touchdown. And for the most part, they had to rely on the running game to carry them. Aaron Jones was the biggest reason for the Packers winning, not Aaron Rodgers. And so for the Bears, I would suggest the same formula. We need to dial up the pressure on Aaron Rodgers. Do not let him get comfortable in the pocket. Here's the thing. The beautiful thing is Akeem Hicks should be back this week, so we are getting one of our best defensive linemen back in the fold. Khalil Mack's been way too quiet. I need him to have a big game here. I know he's been getting double teamed a lot, so a lot of it's not his fault, but damn, I need a big Khalil Mack game here. I need Aaron Rodgers to feel pressure, because here's the thing, folks. It's not just the Redskins. You take a look at the 49ers. They had 5 sacks. The Chargers, who the Packers lost to, they had 4 sacks. And even the Eagles had a sack as well. The Packers lost to all 3 of these teams. So the Bears absolutely need to put the pressure. And they've done it before. In week 1, when we faced the Packers, we lost 3-10. Okay? The Packers put up 10 points. Okay? We put up 3. But our offense is so much better than week 1. Okay? So the fact remains is we need to put pressure on Aaron Rodgers. All right, time for key number 2 for the Chicago Bears in this game. Attack via the run, but that includes Mitch's legs, okay? And that is very, very important. Why? Because here's the thing. Remember, I just talked about the fact that while doing my research here, besides the known facts about the Green Bay Packers, I tried to dig a little deeper, and I did. But what are the known facts about the Green Bay Packers? You can beat this team via the run. Run the football on them. They've gotten destroyed on the ground all season long. Adrian Peterson, who's like 50 years old at this point, had 20 carries for 76 yards and a touchdown last week on the Green Bay Packers, okay? So you can absolutely run on them, and the Bears should. But what did I add? Don't forget about Mitch's legs. So this does not just mean David Montgomery. Hopefully he's okay this week. I know he got banged up last week, so hopefully he plays. This does not just mean David Montgomery. This does not just mean Terry Cohen. This means Mitchell Trubisky running the football. Yes, what I saw last week with the read options, I want to see those. I want to see design runs for Mitch. I want to see him exploit this team, which you can beat very easily via the run. I don't care if you have to, literally design these runs. Do it, okay? Matt Nagy did a splendid job last week. I'm not saying you can't attack them via the pass and there shouldn't be some element of the pass. I'm just saying attack a team where they're most vulnerable, right? And in week 1, the biggest difference is obviously our offense is so much better now than it was at that time. We put up 3 freaking points for crying out loud. It was awful. It was just flat out bad. So point is, attack the Packers defense where they're the weakest via the run. But don't forget one of your best runners in Mitchell Trubisky. And finally, key number 3 for the Bears versus the Packers. play keep away. It's just that simple. So a lot of people might not have thought about this, but here's an idea. Don't let Aaron Rodgers get the ball by keeping the ball, okay? So this was obviously something we didn't do in week 1 because, again, our offense was inept. But if I believe that the Bears offense has really taken that next step and clicked, okay, things are coming through for Matt Nagy, Mitchell Trubisky in the offense, then I believe the Bears have enough to do this, which is basically play keep away. How do you play keep away? I'm talking about very long drives, okay? The Cowboys had a 17-play drive against us last week. It was the opening drive of the game, okay? So this does not have to be, all pass, all run. It could be a mix, or it could be, both. And just as I alluded to with attacking via the running, if you're getting 5-6 yards a rush, keep running the football. Just make it a long drive. 3 and outs are the easiest way to lose this game. Because here's the thing, Aaron Rodgers in Lambeau Field, I mean, he's literally unstoppable, okay? That is his stomping ground, okay? It doesn't matter what the conditions is. Actually, he might be better in the cold, okay? So you don't want to give them multiple opportunities. Even if you don't score, take time off the clock at least, so that you're not able to let Aaron Rodgers get as many possessions as possible. So absolutely, I believe the Bears need to play keep away in this game. So there you have, folks, my 3 keys for the Bears in this game. Now, I didn't get into a lot of detail about the defense, but I am very afraid, obviously, of Aaron Rodgers and Aaron Jones. Give Aaron Jones credit, folks. He's been balling out this year, so I'm absolutely very terrified of what he can possibly do to our defense, our run defense, which is very broken at this point, but hopefully the return of Akeem Hicks should help a lot, okay? So defensively, I'm scared, but here's my thing, okay? It's time. It's time to obviously give a prediction, okay? Fives, what is it going to be? Hear me out, okay? Division games. Division games are very tricky. I always tell you this, folks, okay? Whenever I make these predictions, whenever I do my weekly NFL prediction videos, and it's a division game, and it's like a big favorite, and I tell you guys either I'm taking the points or I'm picking the upset, you might be thinking I'm crazy, but here's the thing. Division games are different. The teams know each other very, very well. Perfect example, Monday Night Football. Giants-Eagles. Eagles barely won that game. The Giants, with Eli freaking Manning making a return, almost won that game. So, to me, I believe with everything to play for and the sense of urgency that the Bears have, coming off a victory in which the morale is high right now, and knowing what's at stake here, okay, I think the Bears can go in. And the Packers still do have the division to play for. They haven't locked it up. But obviously, they don't have as much at stake as the Bears do. I believe those things, as well as the fact that you want to take revenge for week 1. You know what happened in Soldier Field when Green Bay came to town in week 1. I believe the Bears can do it. I believe the Bears can pull off the upset. I've seen enough from the Green Bay Packers to know that they're very vulnerable. This team is 10-3. They're a good team, but they are beatable, folks. The Eagles beat them, and the Eagles look like hot trash. The Chargers beat them. The Chargers just got eliminated from playoff contention. The Chargers beat us too, by the way, by 1 point. So I just like the fact that the Bears are trending in the right direction. We have a lot to play for, literally everything to play for. The revenge factor is there. And the chip on the shoulder, you can never underestimate that, folks. So give me the Bears to win this one, folks. I think they can pull it off. I'm going to take the Bears in a very low-scoring game. Like I said, I think the Bears play keep away. I think they run the football a lot. You're going to see a lot of running in this one. If you do play fantasy football, you might want to avoid this game, just because of the fact that I believe it's going to be very low scoring. Again, weather conditions won't be ideal. Outdoor Lambeau Field, December weather. So add all that up, folks. I'm taking the Bears in an upset here. 17-14 is my final score. So there you have, folks, my pick and prediction for the Bears versus the Packers. What do you guys have? Leave a comment down below with your score prediction and let me know if you agree or disagree. As always, thanks for watching.